Good day everyone, my name is Kayla Camille Pedezuela-Anda from Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, 3rd year, Section B. So, my topic po for today is plant propagation structure in nursery. And the topic outline po, importance of plant propagation in nurseries, why propagation structures are needed, advantage of greenhouse, and yung sa common propagation structure naman po is meron po tayong greenhouse, polyhouse, mist chamber, hot beds and cold frames, net house, and humidifiers. And for the objectives naman po, know what plant propagation structure are, learn the different types of structure used in nursery, understand how these structures help plants grow better, find out why these structures are important for growing plants all year, get basic ideas about how to use and care for this structure. So sa introduction na nga po, yung plant propagation structure nga po is nagpe-play siya ng vital role and propagation of various seedlings and graft in nurseries. So, ito nga pong mga structures na to is nakakatulong para mag-maintain ng magandang klima para magkaroon po tayo ng better germination, easy rooting, and also yung hardening of seedlings. And yung plant propagation structure nga po is nakakatulong para maging successful and healthy yung mapuproduce na seedlings. So, sa plant propagation structure in nursery nga po, meron po tayong greenhouse, polyhouse, glass houses, net houses, plastic tunnels, mist chambers, hot beds, cold frames, and the last one po is humidifiers. So, dumako na po tayo sa greenhouses. So, yung greenhouse is, siya po yung enclosed structure na gawa sa mga glass or mga transparent materials na nagpo-provide o nagko-control po ng temperature, humidity, light, at ang greenhouse po is nag-aalaw po ng year-round propagation of seeds, cutting, and tissue-cultured plants. So, ang greenhouse din po is, siya po yung nagko-control ng environment nga para ma-minimize yung development ng ating plants. And yung greenhouse nga po is meron po siyang mga classification. And this classification nga po is as for type of structure. So yung letter A po is Quonset type. So Quonset style greenhouses are semicircular structures that look like large, clear barrels that have been cut in half. So this structure nga po is meron po siyang curved roof and a military hut style design. So, ang letter B po is curved roof type. The curved shape facilitates better airflow and heat circulation within the greenhouse. And sa letter C naman po, meron po tayong gable roof type. So, ito pong greenhouse na ito is characterized by its two sloping sides meeting at the center of ridge, creating a triangular shape on the ends of the structure. So, ito pong structure na to is, katulad lang din po siya halos nung parang mga bahay natin. Ganun po yung itsura niya. Ang pagkakaiba nga lang po, yung pong bubong at dingding po nito is transparent or gawa po sa glass. So, dako naman po tayo sa isa pang classification ng ating greenhouse. So, yung pangalawa pong classification is classification as for glazing. So, ang letter A po is glass glazing. So, greenhouse glazing generally refers to the translucent, allows light through greenhouse covering. And the letter B naman po is fiberglass reinforced plastic glazing. So, ang fiberglass reinforced plastic nga o tinatawag na FRP is ginagamit po sa greenhouse glazing. Nag-offer po ito ng durable and relatively affordable option, especially for corrugated roofing panels. So may dalawa pong uri yung fiberglass reinforced plastic glazing. Meron po itong plain sheet at corrugated sheet. Letter C naman po is meron po tayong plastic film. So, a polyfilm greenhouses is lightweight greenhouse structure covered with a polyethylene or PE, polyvinyl chloride o PVC, or modified ethylene vinyl acetate or EVA film. So, meron pong dalawang uri din po yan. Ultraviolet stabilized low density polyethylene at meron din po na selpaulin. So, dumako naman po tayo sa advantages of greenhouse. So, under greenhouse nga po is makakapag-grow po tayo ng isang crops under controlling environment. Throughout the year, 4 to 5 crops nga po is kaya pong mabuhay due to the availability of required plants environment conditions. So, isa pa din po is yung greenhouse nga po is makakatulong po upang makapag-increase ng crop productivity and superior quality of produce can be obtained. Isa pa po is ma-maintain po na sa greenhouse po is makakapag-maintain po tayo ng mga various input katulad po ng water, fertilizer, seed, and plant protection chemical. So, yung makokontrol din po natin yung pests and diseases na maaari pong tumama sa ating mga halaman. At yung percentage of germination nga po under greenhouse is mas mataas. And yung if crops nga po is not growth, drying, and related operation for the harvested produce can be taken off, utilized, and in drop heat. So yung greenhouse nga po is suitable po siya sa automation or irrigation application of other input environmental control by using computer and artificial intelligence technique. So self-employment for educated youth and farm can be increased. So alam naman po natin na ang greenhouse nga po is automatic na po siya. So pwede po siya, sa greenhouse po is pwede po yung irrigation natin is automatic na. So pwede pong may pipindutin lang po sila and makakapagdilig na po yung technology or yung system or tools na ginagamit po nila. So, ang number 2 naman po is polyhouse. In polyhouse, widely used in propagating off-season seedlings which pitch better price in the market. So, modern polyhouse nga po is automated for temperature and humidity control to assist propagation. So, yung polyhouses nga po is nakakapag-propagate po siya ng plant using grow trays or mga polybags lang po na nakapatong lang po sa grounds or sa mga benches. So, sa polyhouses nga po is automatic po yung ventilation system nila para po makapag-maintain o makapag-facilitate ng microclimate. So, yung irrigation and fertigation system naman nga po sa polyhouse is automatic din at nakakapag-provide po ito ng measured quantity of water and nutrients sa plants. So, dumako naman po tayo sa net house. Net houses are widely used as propagation structure in tropical areas. So, where artificial heating is not required and artificial cooling is expensive. So yung roof po ng net house is maybe covered with garlic cloth or even with live plant prefer to cut off the solar radiation and to keep house cool. Different type of shade nets are available in the market for shade purpose. So in net houses nga po is nakakapag-construct as per need of propagation and therefore its size of net houses varies. And yung pangatlo naman po is plastic tunnels. So yung plastic tunnels nga po, siya po yung pinakasimple at pinaka-epektibo na method para maprotektahan po natin yung ating cultivation. So ito pong plastic tunnels na to is ginagamit na rin po siya ng napakaraming nurserymen throughout the world. So the 3 feet wide loops which support the polyethylene are made from 0.2 inch diameter wire and are erected at 30 inches intervals. So, yung white translucent polyethylene sheet naman po is 6 feet wide and then that is stretched over the loops and the fastened to the frame of the tunnel. So, yung plastic tunnels nga po is effective for seed germination as well as sa vegetative propagation of nursery plant in winter season. So, dumako naman po tayo sa ating glass houses. So, yung roof or bubong po at yung four side nga po ng glass houses is covered by glass. So, yung greenhouse effect increases temperature inside the glass houses. Most of the glass houses nga po is nakakapag-provide po siya ng heating system at during summer naman po, nakakapag-provide din po siya ng cooling device. So, yung temperature, humidity, light, carbon dioxide are also controlled nga po dito sa ating glass houses. And also, yung water enrichment nga po inside the glass houses ay meron din na nakakatulong nga po sa pag-increase o pagtaas ng ating yield. So, yung plants nga po ay nabibigyan ng tamang amount ng nutrient sa pamamagitan po ng drip irrigation or yung foliar spray. So, the high initial outline for erection of glass houses and for providing glass houses environment is compensated by long duration, prolonged harvesting periods, high yield, and good quality. So, dumako naman po tayo sa mist chambers. So, in nursery plants, propagated by cuttings and grow in the mist chambers. So, in mist chambers nga po, yung relative humidity is nakaka-maintain ng artificially at high level or 95% with the help of mist installation. So, which is, yun po yung spray water under pressure. So, yung high relative humidity nga po is nakakapag-facilitate po siya ng better root initiation and cooling effect na makakapag-prevent nga po ng cutting from drying out. And yung mist chambers nga po is meron po siyang advantage at disadvantage. So, dumako muna po tayo sa advantage. So, this method nga po is nagresulta po ng faster rooting of the cutting. And pangalawa is create optimum microclimate para po magkaroon po tayo ng better root initiation and development. Pangatlo is higher success rate found in propagation of hardwood cuttings. And yung sa disadvantages naman po is number 1, hardening of rooted cuttings is more difficult and require careful attention. And selection of right medium is very important. And number 2 po is under mist conditions, oxygen deficiency can be create problem. Naman po tayo sa cold frame. So, ginagamit po ang cold frame para makaprotektahan po yung mga halaman natin sa mga hamog or sa mga malalakas na ulan at sa mga matitinding hangin. So, karaniwang ginagamit nga po ang cold frame sa taglamig or sa winter season. So, para po makapagpabuhay or makapag-produce pa rin po tayo ng mga gulay. So, sa panahong tag-init naman po is pwede pa rin naman po siyang gamitin at pwede po siyang alisin yung takip kasi po yung cold frame is may gawa po siya sa frame structure na may takip lamang upang hindi po masyadong uminit sa loob. So, tatagalin po natin yung takip kapag tuwing tag-init. So, may mga uri din po ang cold frame. Meron po siyang temporary. So, yung temporary po is gawa po siya sa kahoy. So, para po siya is madaling ilipat-lipat sa kung saan-saan. And yung permanent naman po is gawa po siya sa mga semento. So, ito pong gawa sa semento is mas matibay, mas mabigat. So, hindi po pwedeng kung saan-saan siya ilipat. So, yung cold frame nga po is, siya po isang simpleng structure na ginagamitan ng mga proteksyon para po malaban sa mga masasamang panahon, lalo na po pag taglamig, yung klima or tag-init. So, sa pamamagitan po ng paggamit ng cold frame, mas mapapanatili po natin matibay or mas mapapalago po natin yung ating mga halaman. So, mas magkakaroon po tayo ng madami ding ani. So, dumako po tayo sa pagkakatulad o pagkakaiba ng cold frame at hotbed. So, ang cold frame at hotbed nga po is pareho po silang tinatawag na mini greenhouse. Dahil katulad po ng greenhouse, kumukuha po sila ng energy from araw. So ito po is solar energy. So, bilang pangunahing pinagmumulan nga po ng init at liwanag para sa mga halaman. And dumako po tayo sa pagkakaiba po nila. Ang cold frame po is walang karagdagang pinagkukunan ng init at umaasa lang po ito sa araw. Samantalang ang hotbed naman po is ang karagdagang pinagkukunan po nila ng init ayun nga pong manure, electricity, steam, hot water pipes. Kaya mas mainit ito kaysa sa cold frame. So dumako po tayo sa uses of cold frame and hotbeds can be used. So increase the length of growing season by starting plants earlier and providing protection for some plants in the fall. So dito po is pwede po tayo magtanim na mas maaga kahit hindi pa po season ng mga pwede nating itanim o yung mga gusto nating itanim para po so itatanim na po natin siya ng mas maaga para po magkaroon po tayo ng ani kaagad. So number 2 is over winter semi-hardening plants. 3 start transplant. 4 hardening of plants. 5 dry fruits, vegetable and flowers. 6 forced flowering bulbs. 7 start root cuttings. 8 stratify seeds, nuts and acorns. And number 9 is vernalize plant materials. Ano nga ba ang humidifiers? So, humidifier is isang kagamitan na nakapagpataas ng moisture sa isang silid or sa buong gusali. So, may dalawang uri ang humidifiers. Ang una doon is point of use humidifiers. So, ito is para sa isang kwarto lang or karaniwang itong ginagamit sa bahay. And number 2 is wool house humidifier. So dito is pang buong bahay o pwede itong ilagay sa isang buong lugar. So, yun nga po, ang humidifier is makakatulong upang makapagbigay ng control moisture na makakatulong upang makaiwas ang ating mga halaman sa anumang stress. Mas mabilis ang pag-usbong ng ugat, mas mapapalago ang mga punla at mas mapapanatili nating malusog ang ating mga tanim sa kahit anumang klima ang dumating. So, ito na po ang ating references kung saan po nakuha itong mga info na ito at ito po ang ating quote for today. The glory of gardening, hands in the dirt, heads in the sun, heart with the nature, by Unknown. And yun lamang po, dito na po nagtatapos ang aking report. Thank you po.